Hey there, Internet. It's Flaggoon, day 2 of Gen Con 2014, and I am with the man, Alex Flagg, with Crafty Games, talking about the new expansion to the Mistborn RPG, The Alloy of Law. I am very excited for this. What was your favorite thing when you were writing the mechanics for like just the things of Alloy?
I think that my personal favorite was actually doing the gunplay stuff. So I'm a big fan of like old Ennio Morricone westerns and shootouts and fanning and all that stuff, and so it was fun to be able to take that and port that over into Alloy of Law to kind of give greater depth to gunfighters and have that Old West thing, because we've got like a magical twist on it, where people can combine their magic and their gunplay together. So that was a lot of fun to put together.
Yeah, Alloy was one of my favorite ones because I'm actually a gun guy myself.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
So what was the new mechanic that you had to kind of come up with the guns as opposed to how it was with Mistborn?
You mean? Well, I think it was just the same. They kind of work on the same principles, because I want the game to be simple and for people to still feel like the Mistborn adventure game. And so it's more about figuring out new ways to express that stuff within the rules framework.
Nice.
So yeah, it's more about having like, you have guns that can be shot really fast. It's like you're not flicking a coin, and so now we have like rules for Gatling guns in there.
All right.
And and long shots and quick draws. Pistol duels are a lot of fun, because you have the option, like, instead of shooting a guy dead, you can shoot his hat off his head and cause him social damage.
Okay.
And stuff like that. So it was a lot of fun to just kind of play within that framework and kind of see all the things you can do.
Right.
I mean, the thing that people are going to be really excited about, though, is of course the new magic stuff.
Oh yes.
Like Twinborn, compounding in there that I think works pretty much like the book, and there's a whole bunch of new stuff that people haven't seen, because Alloy of Law is just one book.
Yeah.
So we've been able to kind of open it up. Like, we got to name a bunch of the Twinborn.
Nice.
So people have been asking us, "Are you going to name all 256 combinations?" I was like, no.
Oh, you were just like, challenge accepted.
But yeah, so it was like, yeah, going through like 80 of them was really kind of taxing. But it's fun to like come up with all these new. Kind of play in that sandbox.
So of the 256 different combinations of Twinborn, which would you say would be your favorite or most anticipated to see somebody play?
Well, I mean, so many people want to do like the gold compounder like Miles, because he gets blown up and then comes back.
That's just a cheater.
Yeah.
That's a cheater, Bell.
I'm a big fan of Daredevil. The comic book Daredevil guy. And so like I really like tin compounder. So we have tin and tin, because you can like do things like hear through surfaces, because you're hypersenses, and you can do all sorts of crazy, wacky stuff. It was really weird when you have like, you have the ability to bend time and store caloric energy, and trying to figure out what a combination of that would look like in this kind of wacky context was actually a lot of fun. So I think people will be surprised and impressed, and we were able to kind of go a little bit off book because Brandon hasn't made up his mind yet.
Yeah.
So we're kind of laying down and throwing down the gauntlets, like, do better, Sanderson.
So how's Brandon been with helping you, supporting you with getting content that hasn't really been created yet, or listening to your opinions on content?
Oh my, it's spectacular. We absolutely love working with Brandon and his team. They're all great. And and they were willing to, like, we really aspire to stay within the canon and to help add what we can to it. And but in this case, because we've caught up to the novels, it's like, you go ahead, like, you do everything in the spirit, and so we'll be happy with you to kind of do some new stuff. And so in this case, like, he wrote original fiction for Alloy of Law, so it's an Alamancer Jack story. So if you ever read the broadsheet, it's online. It was his promotion for Alloy of Law. He continued that story into our book.
Oh wow!
And it's actually really funny, because it's this blowhard, like, pulp novel writer. We're talking about how great he was and how powerful, and how he'd fight this noble guy who's fighting the crazed Koas. And then he's got his straight man terraceman servant who's writing footnotes that is like just completely destroying his reputation. It is freaking hysterical. Like, it's definitely the funniest thing I've ever seen in Mistborn.
Awesome.
So I absolutely love it.
So is this just out special for the convention, or is it going to be hitting store shelves like right now?
So it's actually in the warehouse. It's up for pre-order on our website, and actually, well, it's available for sale on our website now. We can ship directly from our warehouse. It's going to be in stores in the next 4 to 6 weeks, just depending on the kind of order cycle.
All right.
Because it's only been around for 1 week.
All right. Oh, So
Yeah,
get your copy today.
Yes, exactly.
Everybody.
So yeah, it's all available on mistbornrpg.com.
I was just going to ask you, so what is that website? But you just did that. I don't even need to do the interview. Here you go.
I've done this before.
You have. So, yeah, thank you very much, Alex. We look forward to seeing a whole lot more from Crafty Games. They are always just a fun thing to sit down and just start coming up with fun little character classes that you guys just make so easy.
Well, great. Well,
so
I look forward to making more.
From us with Dungeon Crawlers to you out there in the internet world, we love you.